You are a successful Armenian-American businessman who built a thriving business from the ground up in the United States. Now you have joined the Mantashyants Business Club and are in Armenia as a main speaker. What does this moment mean to you?
It means the world to me. I was not expecting this at all when I joined Mantashyants. I'm not a networking type of guy. I'm not a social guy. So to join a network or networking group is odd to me, but I was approached to do it. And I looked into it and I figured, let me give this a shot. And by no means was I expecting this kind of welcoming and this kind of fellowship and this kind of love that's been shown to me. I had no idea what was in store. And so if I could sum it up, I'm extremely taken aback and appreciative and humbled and thankful.
You speak the audiences around the world, but this time you were invited to speak in Armenia. What is different about speaking to Armenians in Armenia?
Speaking to my people, that's the big difference. When I speak around the world, or for whatever discussions they want me to discuss, I'm always happy to share my knowledge and my experience. It's always good to give back, but doing so in Armenia, surrounded by Armenians, it's gasoline on the fire. It just blows the whole thing up in my heart. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to not only have a life to where I can no longer be attached to a client and bodyguarding and having the freedom that I have, but to be able to join a networking group like this and meet other Armenian business owners and executives that share the same values and culture and history that I do. That just doesn't happen in America. I don't know any business owners that are Armenian in America, really. So being surrounded by business owners that are Armenian in Armenia is a really big deal for me.
You're retired now, but if you had to come back to protect one celebrity, who would it be?
You know, I joke around. I say Michael Jackson could come back from the dead and ask me to be his bodyguard. I'd say no. I'd still joke, but if I had to, it would probably be Armenian Kalaydjian because I love what the guy's doing. Actually, I met him here. That was pretty great. Or maybe System of a Down. It would have to be two Armenian people. It wouldn't be. I protected every major celebrity you could think of. Nobody impresses me. I never do it for impression. But something like that would be a legacy thing. You know, that's probably the only two, or maybe even share. But it'd have to be an Armenian person. I don't think anybody else.
When your plane landed in Armenia, what emotion do you feel?
I'm an honest guy. I was irritated because the connection flight is so tight and I'm a tall guy, and so it's 5 hours of being cramped. So physically I was kind of cranky and irritated, but then once I got off the plane, you know, seeing my name, Antranik Kalaydjian, somebody holding it, I wasn't expecting that. Seeing the Mantashyants people waiting for me in the lobby, expediting me through customs, I wasn't expecting that. I thought I was just gonna go grab my bags and get in a taxi and get over here. And then greeting me with a bottle of wine, sitting down with me, having coffee, getting to know me. I was not expecting any of that. So I went from being really cranky and upset, it's 18 hours, and I'm a tall guy, so to just the coin flipped from heads to tails, and I was just very, very happy and very welcomed, and it was at that point where I felt like, okay, I'm home now. I'm brand new to Mantashyants. I've only been with them a few months. In LA branch, and I've only been to one meeting because I live in Miami, and I also live in Glendale, but 70% of my life is in Miami, so I miss a lot of their events. I went to one event there, and this is my second event, but obviously this is the major one, so I will be here every year. I told them that. I already told my assistant to start looking for flights.
You have been to Armenia several times. How is this trip different for your previous visits?
Yeah, this is my second time actually. I've only been to Armenia once, and I decided, I've always talked about coming to Armenia. 2015 was a 100-year memorial. I figured if now is the time, if any time. So when I came then during that time, it was more of a pilgrimage for me. I went to all the different churches. I hired a tour guide. I just wanted to learn. It was more a pilgrimage to learn. I've never been. This time, now that I have that under my belt, that I've been here before, now it's time to explore other things. You know, that was like a pilgrimage meeting, just churches, just churches, just churches. Now it's time to see the different towns, so, you know, like Dilijan and Goris and all these different areas that I've never explored. And, you know, people might not know, but Armenia is the size of the state of Maryland. It's not that big. And there's so many different cities, but each city is a whole different world. I've noticed that on my trip here. The videos I've been taking, it's like Game of Thrones. It's like every city's got a different setup, and that's the big difference. And I'm able to explore the different cities, and it's not a pilgrimage as much. I'm still going to different churches, but this is more focused on exploring the land.
Which church is?
I don't know all. I mean, each mazin. I mean, I got them all written down. You got to understand, I don't speak Armenian well, so I can't say the names off the top of my tongue.
What has been the best part of your trip so far?
The best part of my trip has been Mantashyants. I'm not getting paid to talk about how great these guys are, and they don't even know I'm doing this. These people have been amazing to me. I'm treated like a prince here, and I don't deserve it. And I'm very humbled for the whole situation, but Mantashyants has been the best. But if I'm going to pick my favorite place, it's Goris. Like Goris to me, it's like a fairy tale. It looks something out of a movie. You know, there's a scene in The Godfather where he goes back as a young man. He goes back to Italy, and the way they treat him there, and the food from the earth, and it had that feeling there. And I saw the life that these people were living. It was a quality, wholesome life. They don't care about celebrity. They don't care about money. They don't care about, you know, being flashy. Just pure good life and eating off the earth, and everybody's healthy, and the kids are there, and they're playing, and there's flowers, and there's hills, and there's mountains. You know, it's a shame that on the other side of the mountain is Azerbaijan, but you wouldn't think it the way these people live their life. It was truly inspiring and wholesome.
I have seen from your stories, posts, that they are feeding you very well in Armenia. How does the quality of food in Armenia compares with the food in United States?
All right, I don't want to get, I'm an American, but I'm going to say the truth. Armenian food is better. I'm a big Khorovats fan. I could eat that every single day. It's been amazing. Everything, you know, in America, the problem we have, and again, I love America, but let's just face the facts. The problem we have is we pump our meat up with steroids. We feed our cattle garbage. You know, these farms, not all of them are sustainable. You know, it's really messed up. Here, you look at the sheep in the yard, you know you're going to eat that sheep later, or the chicken, you know you're going to eat that chicken, and it's like, there's no steroids involved. There's no you know, all the other ingredients they put into it like they do in America, and the herbs and everything is fresh. I've never eaten such fresh fruit and apricot and greens, and everything is high quality, fresh. You can't buy this stuff in the stores. It's by farmers. You know, these guys are going to farms to pick their produce and pick their meats, and you could taste it, and you could shat hamove. It's like very fresh and very organic.
What are you going to take with you from Armenia?
Obviously, a lot of memories, a lot of great memories, but you know, I don't know. I think I want to buy. I think I'm going to do two things. Number one, I want to buy a very old Bible, an old Armenian Bible, and I'm going to put it in a glass case. And another thing I want to do is I got a lot of tattoos, but they're all from one guy, and he's an amazing guy, Rob Soley in South Florida. But I'm going to get an Armenian tattoo here in Armenia, probably the Lord's Prayer on my ribs. So I'll take that home with me. That'll be my souvenir. I'm not a materialistic guy. I don't care about jewelry or anything, but that's where I spend my money. So I'll probably get that done.
Before we wrap up, we have to mention something special. The camera we are using right now to interview you is actually here because of you. You generously approached it for the Armenian Report, so thank you for not only sitting down with us today, but also for helping us tell more Armenian stories with better equipment. We truly appreciate your generosity and support.
Well, thank you very much. I just want to say that that's nothing compared to what you guys do. That's the least I can do. What you're doing every day. I know there's not much money in this. This is all from the heart. That's so rare, and the fact that you're doing it for our people to educate us. We watch Armenian Report. Every Armenian I know watches. It's the most honest, cleanest reporting. There's a lot of different media outlets out there, but this is the most trusted. And you guys, again, no one's making money here. You're doing it for us. So really the gratitude is towards you, Ani. You're out here on the front line. If I could purchase a nice camera to help you get better footage to show people what you're doing, the reporting you're doing, all praise should be to you and to Anna and Sean and the people in the Armenian Report, because really, what you guys are doing is coming from the heart. It's not for the money, because there is none. And you're helping us from thousands of miles away get an inside look at what's going on in our home, and that's invaluable. So the thanks really goes to you and Armenian Report. Thank you.